Good evening, Columbia families. I hope that this video finds you and your family are doing well. As you are aware, we started our remote learning last week. It was a 3-day week with Good Friday, so hopefully you had a good holiday. We understand that families may be stressed at this time as we are all trying to balance this new situation that we're living in. Just please don't hesitate to email myself or any of the teachers if you have any questions or concerns. For instance, we've had a parent who reached out to me about printing on their Chromebooks, and before we used to not allow that, and we've opened that up. So uh, students can print documents to your printer at home. And then today or last night, I had another family who said, is there some kind of better schedule that we could follow? So I'm gonna show you that towards the end of this video after I talk a little bit more. But it is imperative that we do our best to make sure our child or our students are engaging in the instruction that teachers are providing you right now. I do worry about them falling behind the individual students, but also how it's going to impact all our students when we get back to the school year in terms of different places and different contents and skills. So it's extremely important, no matter what you're going through, is to try and watch the videos, follow up with the instruction. We're not asking for a ton of work. Our instruction is about 15 to 20 minutes each, and then each subject area is very similar in terms of work. So I'm going to show you some ways that might be able to help you. I'm going to share my screen with you. Desktop. Okay, this one I don't want. All right, so I created a document for your student to be able to use. They're going to be able to copy the document. And I'm going to share this in an email to them. So first of all, here's kind of a sample schedule for you. So each of your students are going to be able to get this document, and they can copy it and create it differently to their needs. But this is what I'm suggesting. First of all, I put a link here, and I sent this out to students today as well. There's a live lesson link. So I can click on that. Here, I'm going to show you that. And I've shown this before, but students, and you can see that there's students up here at the top looking at it right now. Each day there has the potential for different live lessons, all right? And in the assignment notebook, the virtual assignment notebook that I'm showing right now, you can see that between 8:45 and 10:30, there is a potential for an ELA live lesson, okay? Same here, math on Tuesdays, science on Wednesdays, social studies on Thursdays, and then some of our ELA math teachers have multiple prep periods, multiple classes that they teach. So here's an additional section. What I am suggesting is that all kids work between 8:45 and 10:30 on their ELA, and it's right here. I'm highlighting right now. Students work on ELA math. Check your Google Classroom. And then also take a break. Some of the kids might get done with this easily within that hour and 15. It's a little longer than that. But some kids might be done within a half an hour. Some kids might take about 45 minutes. And then you take a break. All right. And then what I would suggest is check your Google Classroom. And I would put hyperlinks down here. For instance, I hyperlinked Mrs. Shem's social studies class in here. It's the only one I did right now. So I'm going to click on that. We're going to go to Mrs. Shem's class. All right. So if I look at it, Mrs. Shem has module 6.4 review questions due. So I'm going to go back to my virtual assignment. I'm going to look, when should I do social studies work? And today's Tuesday. So Mr. Wight suggests I do it between 10:30 and 11:45. So I'm going to put module, I think it was 6-4 there for social studies. All right. And then also science there. So I would go down to my Google Classroom Science link here, which I haven't put in here yet, because I'm going to need to take those out once I share this with the students. But look at each classroom each day and just copy and paste this for the week. You can see here I put week of April 14th right now, since it's a Tuesday, and kids can come in here and do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right. Also, I would suggest that parents, that you check PowerSchool, you check their Google Classroom to see if they're turning in their work, if your student is saying otherwise, and we're sending emails saying we're not getting any kind of return assignments or participation in the Google Meet. Please reach out to us, and we will definitely convey to you what is missing or if they aren't participating. But it would be great if you could check for that work either in PowerSchool or Google Classroom. Okay, so once again, you have ELA, you have math, and I'm suggesting working on ELA and math between 8:40 and 10:30. So you may have an ELA live lesson maybe at 8:45. So that means you're going to do your math at the other times. Same here, you may have your math live lesson at 10:15. And before that, you could do your ELA. Now this is where you might get confused. So there's a science live lesson on Wednesday in the mornings. So if, let's say, science is here at 9 o'clock, then work around it. Okay, maybe you do your ELA here on that day. All right, so use this as a working document. Also, you have the teacher office hour link for all our teachers in the school. Let me take you to that. You can see when they're free. They've had to work around their own kids' schedules, around their own live lessons, around planning, and also answering questions. So feel free to look here. And then at the very bottom, if you have any technology problems, make sure you email technology@district41.org, and that'll put in a ticket, and our technician, Mr. Driscoll, will get back to you as soon as possible to try and assist you as much as possible. Also, students put 100% effort on there. Students, make sure we want them to be on mute. There's an emoji for parents to click on, for students to click on to raise their hand. The students are supposed to stay on mute until the teacher calls on them, making sure that you are participating, being an active participant in chat, ask questions through chat, versus trying to unmute yourself, dressing appropriately like you would for school, being in an area of your house that has the least amount of distractions is important, and then making sure you are not posting anything or any kind of inappropriate side activity that we really don't want to see, which will be a distraction to all our other kids. That's it. So do me a favor. Please reach out, email me, email your teacher, ask questions, maybe provide us any kind of concerns you have that we can probably problem solve. And I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you.